Hi guys, welcome back to Hearn Family Homestead. My name's Amanda and I just wanted to make a video today on how we make our tomato soup. It's a really quick recipe and it's easy to whip up when you're running a little behind on lunch like I am today. These are tomatoes that I grew in the garden last year and then we canned them at home. You can use store-bought too, it works the same. The next thing I'm going to do is open my tomatoes and go ahead and get them in my blender. These are reusable lids, by the way, from Harvest Guard. If you guys haven't checked those out, you might want to. And then I'll just pour these in my blender. And then we'll just get these blended up. Next I have my pan heating and I'm just going to add about a ½ teaspoon of butter. And I'll just let that melt. That's mostly for flavor. And then I'll add my quart of blended tomatoes. For seasoning, I like to add a little bit of garlic powder. Just about 1/8 of a teaspoon per quart. And some mustard powder. And I use about ½ teaspoon of that. A little home-dried paprika powder. Again, about ½ teaspoon of the paprika powder. And then our home-dried Italian seasoning. We'll put some of that in there. That's maybe ½ teaspoon. And we'll just cook this until it's hot and bubbly. I'm also going to add a little salt and pepper, maybe a teaspoon of salt. And then just a dash of ground black pepper. Now that it's starting to boil and steam, I'm going to turn it down. And the trick to this recipe is when you have home canned tomatoes, they have a lot of acid in them. I actually use lemon juice when I'm canning my tomatoes. Some people use vinegar. Lemon juice, I think, gives it a more fresh flavor. But when you're making soup out of it, I'm going to add milk next, and I don't want my milk to curdle. So the trick is just to add a little bit of baking soda. And you don't have to measure it. I did it just a little more than 1/4 teaspoon. But just to get enough in there to where it neutralizes the acidity. And then when it's time to add the milk, you won't curdle your milk. You also want to add the milk when it's cooled down a little bit. You don't want it to be at a full rolling boil. Once I add my milk, I'm going to let it get hot again, and then it will be ready to serve. Alright, I hope you guys will try this recipe. Stay tuned for more videos on how we cook from scratch and use up all of our home canned foods, and we will catch you on the next video.